Welcome to the Actor Editor tutorial. This tutorial will teach you how to create and delete actors, edit actor properties, and how to work with the scene graph. This is the scene graph, which shows you which actors exist in the scene. The top of the graph is always the scene node, followed by several collections. Collections are a means of grouping actors together. By default, actors are grouped by type, such as lighting or environment. But you can also create your own collections by right-clicking an existing collection and choosing Add Collection. You can then assign an actor or another collection to it using drag and drop. Within the collections, you can find the actual actors. An actor can be anything from a light source to a prop or the sky. Depending on the context, actors may also be referred to as entities or game objects. Every actor is made up of components, which define the behavior and properties of the actor. For instance, all light source and particle actors have a color component, which allows you to change their color. Likewise, a character actor would have a model component, which contains various properties to change the actor's model, skin, or body groups. If you expand one of the components, you can find its properties, which you can edit. Try expanding the color component and then select the color property of the component to continue. Here you can now see the current value for the property. You can click it to change its value. Depending on the type of property, you may get a different input field, like a text input field or a slider. Most properties can also be animated, but we'll get to that in a later tutorial. For now, try changing the color of the light source by clicking this field. By default, actors will only have a small number of components depending on their type, and you may need to add additional components yourself. For example, if you create a prop such as this chair, it will not have a color component by default. If you want to change its color, you will have to add the component manually first. To do so, right-click the actor, then choose Create New Component, and then click the color component in the list. Now try changing the chair's color to green. Using Pragma's scripting API, you can also create custom components with custom properties using the Lua programming language, which can then be added to actors in the same way. You can create new actors such as cameras, light sources, etc. by clicking this icon. You can also create new props or characters from this menu. However, it is generally recommended to use the model catalog for that instead. To continue this tutorial, try creating a fog controller actor. Now try changing the fog start distance property until you can see the fog appearing in the scene. Sometimes you may want to set values outside of the default slider range of a property. In this case, you can right-click the slider and select Remap Slider Range to change the slider range. This concludes the tutorial on the Actor Editor, as well as the series on the basic interface. There are still some interface elements, like the Graph Editor, that will be covered in future tutorials. You can now end the tutorial or press the Continue button to start the next series.